so in this video I want to talk to you a little bit about hip rotation, and especially hip rotation in the backswing and the effect that can have in the golf swing. So a lot of clients I see online or in person, they do one or two things, right? They have very limited hip turn, which leads to a lack of upper body turn, and that club now sits a lot more upright here with excessive wrist hinge thrown over the top. So this can cause a lot of the swing path issues and the slice issues. Secondly, I see people obsessed with rotation and getting way too much, and now they've laterally swayed too far off the ball because they've tried to get so much hip rotation. I see them moving their hips about 60-70 degrees of rotation back. Well, if we want to get our hips, say for argument's sake, 30 degrees open at impact, well, all of a sudden we've got to be moving that now 90 from here to here, which is an excessive amount in such a short period of time. So we're only trying to look for about 45 degrees hip turn. Okay, so what that will enable us to do with a little bit of hip turn and getting some depth in this trail hip is actually now neutralize the swing path, because now if I go there, there's no space to come on the inside. If I now rotate my hips, well, now there's a space in this region here for this club now to come more on the inside, down and through and out to the right. So what I want you to do is grab a cane and pop that through the belt loop and make sure it's long on the trail side here, right, as you can see. Then what I want you to do is grab another cane or a club, and you just want to pop that on the floor approximately at 45 degrees again. As I turn up to the top, the idea is to match my cane in my belt loops with the club on the floor, okay? That will now give you a rough estimate of how much hip rotation you need in the backswing, okay? If you now see that as a visual from here, you can see I've created that depth in that right hip. I've now got more of an angle. My belt buckle's facing more that way. We now have space to come more on the inside, or more neutralize your path if you're someone that struggles to come excessively over the top, as opposed to here. You can see that cane doesn't move too much, or vice versa. If I try and add too much rotation and sway off it, you can see I'm creating nearly 90 degrees of hip turn. So it's really key to focus as well when you are creating this depth in this trail side, is feeling yourself going into that trail heel more, and then this goes into slight extension. And then on the way through, you've got to be thinking about, it's a mirror image, so we're changing our knee flex coming through, and this then helps us get some rotation and push through. So a simple drill, again, you can do at home with this, it doesn't really require a club. It's like a piston move, right? So if I put my fingertips on my knees here and I just slide my trail hand up this side here, this whole trail side now goes into extension. You can see I've lost some flexion in my knee here, and this has stayed in flexion. As I now come back down, it's now changed flex, both back into flexion, and on the way through, this lead side, like I said before, is just a mirror image of what we're trying to do on the way back. This lead side now goes into extension. This stays in flexion, so you can see how the knees have changed flex. Then I can push through. Thinking about the knees changing flex in the golf swing is really key in helping you focus on how we rotate and extend back and through in the golf swing, as opposed to a lot of people just bracing and keeping it here, where there's very limited hip turn, and then there's only one thing we tend to see there is that as they open up, that path comes severely outside and over the top, and it causes that big slice. So you've got a couple drills there with the cane in the belt loop, and then working on that piston drill at home and just feeling that motion there. So it's just to slide up that trail side and slide up that lead side. Okay, give that a go. Let me know how you get on. Drop any comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know any videos you want to be seeing in the future. But yeah, give that a try and let me know how you get on.